Hey guys, Rar here. Today I'm going to show you the rotation I use for the 04031 spec. It's currently, a lot of people are using it on the PTR, including myself. I really like it, does a lot of damage. I'm also going to show you how I use keybinds on my my keyboard to play. I don't really mouse click, but I'll go more into that later. After that, I'll show you the normal rotation that I use when I'm fighting a boss. After that, I'll go into the decimate rotation that happens after 35%, and a couple different ways of doing that. So let me go ahead and we'll talk about my keyboard layout. Afterwards, we'll go from there. Alright, so here we have my abilities. As you can see, I use my keyboard to do most of the things in game. I don't mouse click very much. So for the abilities you see on the bottom here, like cursive elements, corruption, and immolate, I use the number pad on the far right of my keyboard, which you can see I've highlighted here. For AoE and for shattering, when I get too much threat, I use the number pad above the WASD keys, which I've highlighted here. That works for me, helps me out a lot. For targeting, I use the decimal place on the bottom right of the number pad. It's kind of like a tab target without using tab. I guess I use the decimal place target. But I'm used to it. I'm able to target fine. I'm usually be able to grab what my tank is holding with that just by shifting through the enemies really fast. That's pretty much how my keyboard layout is set up. It helps me play, so I don't have to think about where I'm clicking. I'm not a mouse clicker, so hopefully that gives some of you some insight on how to do the bindings if you ever want to get into using keybinds for your abilities. Alright, for the heroic dummy, I'm going to be using cursive elements, usually in a raid setting. Hopefully you have an unholy Death Knight putting up Ebon Plague, so you can get a damage buff and use your Cursive Agony. I think it'll do more damage with Agony if you have Ebon Plague up. But here's pretty much how my rotation goes with 4031. First I'll start off with a Cursive Elements, like you see there, followed by a Corruption, and then we'll throw an Immolate. Then we'll life tap, get that mana back, and then I will throw a Conflag and pretty much start throwing Incinerates. What you pretty much want to do here is just always keep Conflag on cooldown. Make sure you keep Immolate and Corruption up. Try as hard as you can not to clip your dots. If I do get Dying Curse, if I get the debuff from Dying Curse, sometimes I'll clip my Immolate buff so I can get some harder hitting damage with Conflag. I'm not sure if that's wrong to do, but it sounds like a smart thing to do, and I can hit anywhere from 4500 to 4700 DPS on the dummy. And that's pretty much the rotation that I use for a boss. So aside from that, I'll show you the rotation in action, and you'll see with recount on the lower right how much damage I put out with putting my rotation to use. Also keep in mind that you'll want to keep life tap up for the whole fight, so every 20 seconds or a little shorter than that, make sure you refresh life tap if anything, get your mana back, but also to keep the glyph active, so you always have that extra boost in damage. Alright, so here's the Decimation Rotation that happens after 35%. This seems to be the best way of doing it, being at max distance. You do need to have a good amount of haste to do it this way. My character's on the PTR are sitting at looks like 885 haste, which is almost 27%, or pretty much 27%. So I'm more than capable of doing this rotation. Basically, you want to keep Conflag on cooldown. You want to have, if you want to run a curse, you can. I think the easiest and best thing to do at the end would be to just keep your Conflag active, keep your Immolate active, and do Incinerate and Soulfire spam throughout the 35%, and just if you are using Agony and Corruption, just to forget about it. In this video you see I am using Corruption, but I found out later on that if you drop Corruption, your DPS does go up using this rotation. If you don't have the haste, you can be closer to the boss and just Incinerate twice and Soulfire once, with keeping your Immolate and Conflag up at all times. And that's another way of doing the Decimation Rotation. I think the highest I've gotten doing it this way without Corruption was around near 6k, about 57 to 6k. So it works out pretty well. And I'll just let the video run out here. Yeah, I'm about done here. So yeah, that's my video. Thank you guys for watching. I really like the comments and what everybody's been saying in the Warlock Den. If you have any ideas of how I can improve, see things that I did wrong in this video, by all means, shoot me a post or a comment on YouTube. And so I'm always improving, always getting better. And hopefully this video has helped other people to get better, or to see a different way of playing, at least. And I will talk to you guys later.